Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. Now Allen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 51 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And he finds Cook. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Cousins now on second down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Prescott now on second down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So first and 10 now from the 30. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him to dinner either.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, 70 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Following the interception, here's Prescott fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a first and 10 at the 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
First down, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
A second down throw for Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Prescott from the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Anthony
That's
Brown.
not going to happen.
What's
going on, YouTube? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another one. Let's get it.
Prescott on first down. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys have
we give you the computer back downs all day long. It's never a user. Every one of mine has been a user.
All that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Stop playing with me out there.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 28. And he will be brought down. His time is now run.
That is not what you want to do, my man.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We'll try it again, man.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
Run the ball. It might help you open up to something else.
I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Second down, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. A give. This is Cook.
You want a short game. That ain't going to help you. Trying to march it down
back at the 44.
That's going to go as a
loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Cousins.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Cousins on first down. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception.
Man,
picked off.
It's not what you want to do out there.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
On second down, Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Sherrills. Whoosh. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Add one, tell me one, Cito.
And now here is another interception. Chidobe with a pick. And a turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him.
Very
7
unlucky.
Picks he's thrown in this game.
7
That's
picks.
Only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Hey, 47. Here we go. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Wide open, Amari Cooper. A gain of 32 that time.
Keep it moving.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
They'll run it now out of the guns. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
The man can probably quit. If he ain't quitting all this long, I'm expecting to quit.
From the red zone now, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
46. There we go. 1-8.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
There we go. 1-8.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
He don't feel like kicking the field goal, so it is what it is. You have it on the 6. Let's go.
Let's go. Gun.
They start the drive with Cook. Oh, a heck of a move, man. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Cousins now. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
That's dead to
7
the
yards
right.
there, good enough to move
Not
the
happening.
sticks. Hard to believe
Respect
his
for
first
staying
catch
in
of the
this
game
long,
defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And
Thank you.
my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And to the 40-yard
This is not your
line,
game,
that's where the
homeboy.
return stops.
This is not your game.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing
8 picks.
game. When was the last time we
You're
had
just going
someone
to keep
get
going to
3
the air
in
with
a
the same
contest?
play.
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
Then
that's
with
right.
the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 1-8. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 20, take.
The give is to Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Like I said, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again because I'm bored at this point.
9-yard line.
8 picks. Super
They're
Bowl.
not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
20-0 is
So that'll do it for us.
dub.
For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
You like what you've seen, ladies and gentlemen?
It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Yo.